Google made headlines in the PM interview space when they got rid of the technical interview and replaced it with craft and execution and cross-functional collaboration interviews. Today's focus will be on understanding what is expected in the craft and execution round and how to prepare for it. Welcome to Liftoff PM. My name is Kevin Wei, a senior product manager, and my hope is that this channel will be your go-to resource for PM interview prep. We have free lessons on this channel, and if you want access to our complete paid course, click the link below. We know there are a lot of courses out there, but you can think of our course as an accelerated program where we share everything we've learned from years of coaching clients like you to land offers at FAANG and top startups. And we'll keep making free content, so an easy way to show support is to just like this video and subscribe. In craft and execution, you're being assessed on your ability to strike a balance between level of detail, prioritization, and execution. Being intentional and keeping the user in mind during difficult situations and product challenges. Having a comprehensive understanding of the product development process, including not just actual development, but also maintaining and subsequent evolution. And understanding the technical and non-technical challenges and considerations for launching, updating, and sunsetting products. There's a wide range of craft and execution questions. Here are some examples. Your engineering team is working hard but is struggling to demonstrate progress. Customers are complaining that this unclear roadmap delivery is preventing them from adopting the product. What do? You discover a bug in the product during QA and you feel it's bad enough to be blocking, but the leadership team wants to push away to make the deadline. What do? At what stages would you evaluate the progress of a product? How would you decide what next steps to take, whether it's continuing investment versus turning down the feature of a product? How would you handle stakeholders? How would you build and plan milestones out for an app for first-time travelers? As you can see, these questions are an interesting blend of classic execution, behavioral, and sometimes product sense questions. Let's take one of these examples and walk through it at a high level, noting that these questions are meant to be hybrids, so this framework won't work for every Google craft and execution framework. Be flexible and draw on what you know from other areas of your prep. You discover a bug in the product during QA that you feel is bad enough to be blocking, but the leadership team wants to push anyway to make a deadline. What do? Just as we always recommend on this channel, first, take stock of the situation. What are the underlying reasons leadership cares about this deadline? If you miss it, will there be other ones right around the corner? Is the overall success of the launch strongly dependent on attaching to this specific deadline? Are there other partner considerations and promises you need to uphold? Step 2. Outline what steps you would take with your immediate and broader team. Here, learn more about what the bug is, its breadth and severity of impact on users, and what is required to fix it. Next, you would probably want to outline a slate of options and get buy-in from your team. In this example, perhaps there's a long-term solution that would extend the timeline by 2 months, or a quick fix that would only take 2 weeks, but only addresses a subset of users. The key here is to be able to articulate the dimensions you're trading off on, the dimensions that leadership and the team care about, and tell the interviewer how your decision would change based on what the team is optimizing for. If you're optimizing for catching that marketing wave, maybe you decide to launch only to that subset of users and fast follow with the rest later. If you're at a big company that has more than one major marketing moment a year, maybe it's okay to wait the extra 2 months. There isn't a right answer, only your rationale matters. And don't forget to talk the interviewer through how you would solicit feedback and opinions from the right decision makers on your team, and how you would socialize it with your leads, especially if you decide to postpone the launch, and how you would disseminate info on whatever decisions were made. Step 3. Close the loop on the issue. Whichever way you decide, you want to talk about how you might follow up with a retro to see how late-breaking bugs can be avoided in the future, and or how you would track any fast follows to make sure they aren't forgotten for the next shiny launch. Some general advice here. Don't try to fit these questions into a single framework. They're designed to be hybrid questions that test how you work as a PM on the job. Instead, lean on frameworks to help you get unstuck and get the ball rolling. Take a look at your interview panel structure. Craft and execution questions are typically paired with the product insight dimension or the cross-functional collaboration dimension. Some interviewers may ask you one craft and execution question and a separate product insight question, for example. But many will ask you one question that covers both. In the latter case, you might get a question like the one we talked about before about first-time travelers. And likewise, if your interview is a combination of craft and execution and cross-functional collaboration, you might get a question more along the lines of one about an under-delivering engineering team. Again, these questions are meant to be pulled from your entire toolkit. And the nice thing about this new format is that there's not necessarily an expected framework. So use a structure that works for you. Be flexible and work out loud with the interviewer. If you don't get a chance to ask questions or give feedback, you're going to make it harder for them to nudge you back on course if you get off course. And there you have it. Good luck with your upcoming interview, and click the link below to access our paid comprehensive interview course. This is the same advice we give our students, and it's helped so many of them land their dream PM jobs at FAANG companies and top startups. We'll see you in the next video.